Studies and in the Science, Technology, and Environmental Policy program at the Woodrow Wilson School of Public and International Affairs. He has recently joined the board of NRDC. Please welcome back to Connect to Change, Dan Jones.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
Well, it's good to be back. You left out though. I'll get to that. This was one of the first conferences that I ever got a chance to lay out the vision for Green Jobs. Just 4 or 5 years ago. So it always feels like a homecoming when I get a chance to come back. And it's an honor to be here. Since the last time I was here, I've had some adventures. And now, wherever I go, airport, shopping centers, farmers market, public restroom, people come up to me, good people come up to me, and they say, aren't you the green guy? I'm like, this is some post-racial America. I'm like, yes, actually, I guess I am the green guy, And then they go, I'm so old, baby. This is so terrible. You don't fuck me. And they go on and I'm like, hold on. It'll be okay. Why am I counseling you? It happened to me. I'm like, hang in there. It's okay. I'm sorry. The reason I raise this is just because I look at it differently. The way that I look at it is, I got a chance to spend 6 months in the White House. 6 months in the White House. Yeah. That's 6 months longer than you. That's 6 months longer than anybody else that I know. And it's certainly 6 months longer than any of you expected me to be in the White House. I'm happy that I was there, right? Let's be able to celebrate. Not OG on the bad, because there's enough bad already. And one of the things that I would say to anybody, if you have a chance to serve in that capacity, it's going to be 6 months, 6 weeks, or 6 days, and you are guaranteed, you sign up and you're guaranteed that the kind of rough exit that I had, do it anyway. Do it anyway. It was an extraordinary experience. I got to be behind the curtain. And I know, because I was there, the level of peril that our country is in, the level of peril that our planet is in. This stuff is not a joke. It's so crazy when you see people talking about, global warming really is not, blah, 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 and keep the public confused. When the Pentagon has scenario plans based on stuff that's even more scary than stuff in Al Gore's film. Okay, that's reality. Okay? We've got to be serious about solving these problems. Let me tell you the 2 things that I saw, the things I learned, and the things I think we got to do. First of all, this past summer, even after I was out of the White House, is going to go down in history as crazy climate summer. Okay? This past summer, look at it. A third of Pakistan was underwater, flooding like we've never seen because of climate disruption happening right now. not in 20 years, not in 50 years, this past summer. Now, imagine a third of New Bedford underwater, or a third of Massachusetts underwater. A third of a nation was underwater, with millions of people displaced. And there will be worse flooding to come. This summer, an eighth of Russia was on fire. An eighth of Russia was on fire. Why? Because there are places that usually are 85 degrees that were 115 degrees. Okay? Putin, no easily intimidated guy, right? Putin came out and gave a press conference and his knees were knocking. Okay? He was terrified by what was happening. He's basically a petro-dictator, and he said, we've got to do something about climate change. Right? Anybody in this room can call anybody on the planet right now and ask them, past 6 months, have you seen any strange weather events? And you will hear simultaneously around the world people talking about floods and droughts, and right? It's here. So we've got to do something about it. Now, if that was the only challenge we had, that would be a big challenge. We have another challenge. We have ecological peril. We also have this economic peril. And those of you in this room who are active people, who are conscious people, who want to see the world become a better place, are about to be confronted with a nightmare scenario. And here's the nightmare scenario. You're going to be living in a country, conceivably, that is more and more ethnically diverse, more and more socially diverse, more and more culturally diverse, but less and less economically prosperous. More ethnically diverse, but less economically prosperous. That is not a recipe for a common ground. That's a recipe for a battleground. Okay? So at the very moment you need to be able to pull your country together to solve the ecological problem, we're being pulled apart by the economic problem. And under severe economic stress, only with great leadership do people choose to turn to each other and not on each other. And that is why this conference is so important. And that is why this movement is so important. Because you can point a way out. The challenge that we have is very straightforward. We have to find a way to put America back to work so we can pull America back together. Okay? Put America back to work so we can pull America back together. That's your challenge. It's tricky because you have to put America back to work and pull America back together, but you got to do it in a way that places America at the lead for global solutions, not the lead for global pollution, right? So you can't put America back to work in the same old way. You can't put America back to work with the old pollute and strip mine and pillage and pave and clear-cut mentality, because that's a disaster on the ecological side. So this is a very tough needle to thread, and yet we can still get it done. Now, I know maybe you're going to say, sure we can get it done there. Right? I already did the hokey changey thing then. Not you. You don't know. But the person next to you. Right? Feels a little bit discouraged. It's tougher than we thought. And what I want to say to you is first of all, folks, get over it. Get over it.
Yeah.
For real. If anybody thought we were going to get this done in 24 months, you're crazy. Okay? If anybody has the right to be, I don't know, somewhat